What's up guys, I am Azelart and I'm here at Famous Birthdays to answer some of your guys' questions. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first question is, what inspired you to start a YouTube channel? So kind of a funny story. I was surfing, I used to live in Hawaii, and I was surfing and I met another influencer. Back then I wasn't an influencer. I met an influencer named Alex Hayes. He also makes YouTube videos and I kind of just like saw what he did. Got the whole vibe, hung out with him for a few days, and I got to see like what the life of an influencer is, and I liked it. I thought it was really cool, so I started a YouTube channel myself, and that's it, yeah. Next question. Who would you like to collaborate with on YouTube, and why? So, if I were to collaborate with someone on YouTube, it would probably be with the YouTube channel Yes Theory. I love their videos. They're very like spontaneous and adventurous, and kind of my vibe, so if I could collaborate with anyone on YouTube, it would be Yes Theory. Next question. Do you remember the first time you were recognized by a fan in public? What was it like? Yes, I do remember. It was in Hawaii, actually, where I used to live. It was at the beach. Someone like recognized me for the videos I used to make, and I honestly thought it was really cool. I like had a full-on conversation with them about like, how did you find what I do? What do you like about it? And I learned a lot of like the other side of the camera, like the fans, and I learned of like what they like to see and what they enjoy what I do. So it was a very cool experience. Next question. How do you grow your social media? I started off by posting pictures where I used to live in Hawaii, like adventure pictures in the beach, and I guess people started to like be attracted to that. There was like a blue theme on my page that people just like loved, I guess. So I kind of like kept it like of what I loved, and people just started loving it, so just do what you love and the rest will follow. What is one fact a lot of people don't know about you? One fact that some people do, but also a lot of people don't, is that I fluently speak French. I'm half French. My dad's whole side of his family lives in France at the moment, and I go and visit them about twice a year, and I speak fluent French. Tell us about the best birthday you've had. So, I think it was 2 years ago, on my 15th birthday, me and a friend who have like similar birthdays, mine is January 10th, hers was January 2nd, so we decided to just share a birthday and have a conjoined birthday party. So there was about like 50 people who came, and it was actually at the beach, and where I used to live in Hawaii, there was this island that was like about a mile out from the normal beach. So we took a boat, we took everyone to the island, and we brought like food, and there was waves to surf, and it was probably the best day of my life. All my like closest friends and of just what I love doing all in one place, and I could not ask for more. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? I see myself obviously just doing what I'm doing now, but expanding, meeting new people, working with new people, and I guess trying to just do bigger and better things over the next 5 years and just be creative, I guess. If you could give advice to your younger self, what would it be? Listen to my parents a lot more than I did. They give really good advice, and there's probably some things that I should have like listened to them so that I could change, like focusing on school and other things like that. But yes, listen to your parents, guys. What is one of your proudest moments? One of my proudest moments is when I used to skate competitively. I won my like biggest competition that I've ever like entered and competed in. I actually won it. It was in Minnesota. I traveled for it, and it was like so like surreal to me that the competition that I've always like looked at and like dreamt of doing, I ended up winning. So that has to be one of my proudest moments ever. And skateboarding did bring a lot of proud moments to me, and it was a very good time. Do you feel pressure keeping up with the social media world? What's the hardest part? I don't feel that much pressure, but definitely there is pressure from it. I try to just like stay grounded in like myself. I don't try to like get too wrapped up in it, but there is also the part where like you want to stay like kept up with it to do the new hottest trends. So there's some pressure with that, not much, but I mean, I can see why there would be pressure. A lot is happening very quickly. So yes. Do you have any phobias? Yes, I do. One thing that I cannot stand and that will freak me out forever is flying insects. One night I was sleeping and my phone light was on, and bugs are attracted to light, and like this big cockroach came to my phone and like flew past my phone. I literally left my room and slept on the outside couch because I just could not go back in my room. I didn't know where it was. So flying insects, a big no for me. I do not like them. What was your favorite moment while filming Bucket List? What else is on your bucket list? So if you guys don't know, I filmed a show with Flighthouse called Bucket List. It was a show where I went around Southern California and did things that were on my bucket list. They brought me to places like salsa dancing, hoverboarding in the water, and many other cool things. But the best time that I had while doing that show was the hoverboarding in the water. Pretty much, I had this like hoverboard strapped to my feet, and it like launched me in the water, and it was nothing like I've ever done before. I've always seen it on YouTube, like people doing the hoverboard jet water thing on the feet, and I got to do it finally, so that was the coolest moment of filming the show Bucket List. What's your favorite memory in 2018 so far? My favorite memory in 2018 would have to be something that happened actually quite recently. Me and my 4 best friends, we drove to Mexico from LA. It was a 4-hour drive. We drove to Mexico pretty much spontaneously. We had this whole plan. We like planned it out the day before, so the next morning we drove to Mexico and we went to this water park in Tijuana, Mexico, and it was probably the funnest time ever. We went without any notice. Everything went well. It was safe, and we had a good time. The weather was good, and yeah, just with my best friends doing very cool things. What are your biggest pet peeves? Oof, pet peeves. I do not like traffic. One thing I cannot stand is traffic. Here in LA, there is a lot of that. I experience it almost every day, and it's pretty frustrating. You get used to it after a while, but there's always those times where like the traffic is so bad that like you're just over it. You know, you just don't want to be in the car anymore. You just want to get to where you're going, and traffic does not help. So biggest pet peeve would have to be traffic. The last and final question is, can you tell us an embarrassing moment that you've had? Okay, so the embarrassing moment that I've had recently was when I was with my mom. So I actually just started driving about 4 months ago. I was with my mom in the car. It was about, I think, her first or second time driving with me since I got my license. And we were pulling up to my house, and I just kept telling her how good of a driver I was, trying to make her feel confident. You know, she wants me to be safe. So I was kind of like boasting about how good of a driver I was. And then as I was pulling up to my house, I actually rear-ended my brother's car, and she was not having it. She's very mad. She thought that like everything I was saying was a lie. She didn't trust me since then. I've gotten better. Don't worry, I don't hit cars anymore. But yeah, that was very embarrassing for me because I kind of just told her about like how good of a driver I was, and I ended up hitting my brother's car minutes after saying that. So that was not a good time. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed these questions, drop a like for famous birthdays. My social media links are Ben Azelart on Instagram, BENAZELART, Instagram and YouTube, just my name. And yeah, that's it. Have a good week, guys. And thank you, famous birthdays, for having me. Peace.